Some interviewers forget the golden rule. Don't poke the bear if you're not ready to get mauled. Celebrities might show up to promote movies, laugh a little, and share a story. But sometimes, the host goes too far. Whether it's fake flattery, bait questions, or full-blown disrespect, these stars weren't having it. They clapped back so hard, the audience didn't know whether to laugh or gasp. From Ricky Gervais breaking Jimmy Fallon's nice guy mask to Russell Brand obliterating a smug TV journalist, these moments weren't just awkward, they were iconic. Let's dive into the most savage times celebrities shut down interviewers instantly. Jimmy Fallon opens his show with charm. "You look great," he says with a smile. But when he tried that line on Ricky Gervais, he got hit with a curveball. Ricky doesn't just reject the compliment, he exposes the uncomfortable truth behind Hollywood flattery.
You look great, by the way.
I look great?
Yeah.
Is that sarcasm?
No, it wasn't.
You see, this is the thing with you, it's a talk show. Oh, you look great, even though, look at me. Of course I don't look great, look. I'm worse than last time. Last time we talked about getting old and losing my hair and distended testicles. And now it's 6 months later, so now it is worse, because I'm getting fat again, which is... No, because listen, right. You see, this is the problem. You think, oh, you're all right. But then when you see... No, listen. But listen, you...
Jimmy stumbles, the audience laughs nervously, and Ricky smiles like a lion that just devoured its prey. Burt Reynolds starts with a jab, mocking Mark's marriage. Mark doesn't miss a beat.
Just wondering who told you that, because...
My wife tells me that often.
She says, good morning.
I'm still married, as a matter of fact.
Yes, well, you...
The crowd explodes. Burt throws water at him. Mark returns the favor. It's chaos. It could have ended badly, but instead, it became one of the most talked about talk show moments of all time. The BBC interviewer came prepared with jokes Trevor made years ago. She accuses him of racial insensitivity.
Do you now regret some of the jokes you made? Let me give you an example. You said, my mother, black South African, was saying, get me a white guy, get me a white guy. Well, my father was white Swiss. Of course, he liked chocolate.
That sounds funny to me, even when you say it. That sounded really funny. Why would I regret that?
Why would you regret that? Because some people say that's not really very funny.
But the people laugh. Everyone can say something is not really funny. This is the way some people don't
like
Indian food. But is it more than that?
Okay, let me give you an example. We have a very well-established black comedian in Britain called Lenny Henry.
Yes.
And he has said that he regrets doing that kind of joke where he said he would wipe his sweating brow and say, I'm leaking chocolate.
But that's different.
Well, it's not. It's using chocolate, isn't it?
But that is different.
Well,
the Swiss love chocolates. Is not a term that is pejorative.
You're referring to your mother's skin colour as chocolate. What he says...
Yes, because my mom is proud to be dark, beautiful chocolate. Yeah. That's what she's saying. Well. And this is, in the book, I talk about this as well. I go, I saw people and race as chocolate.
I wouldn't use that. I wouldn't use that. No. I'm that colour, and I wouldn't say that.
Listen, when I grew up, I believed that all people were chocolates. My mom was dark chocolate, my dad was white chocolate, and I was milk chocolate. Every single joke has a context. Every single joke comes from a place. The most important thing with comedy is context. Without context, no conversation is complete. Without context, no communication.
Trevor calmly explains. She tries again.
Somebody could take that out of context.
You've said it.
I'm putting it to you then. Are you not, given what Lenny Henry said, are you not guilty perhaps with some of your routines or a joke like that, reinforcing prejudices and promoting stereotypes in the minds of people who may be inclined to think like that?
He pauses, then compares her tactic to quoting Rihanna lyrics without context.
What you're doing is creating...
I'm not sure I would.
You're creating racial jokes.
I would say...
No, you're creating monoliths. You're creating monoliths of jokes, and that's not fair to do. What you're doing right now is the equivalent of me saying, now it's raining more than ever. I'll be here with you forever. You can always be my friend, standing under my umbrella. Ella, 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 A, Ella, 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 A.
The room goes silent. Lesson learned. Don't mess with a comedian who understands context better than your script. On Bill Maher's show, a journalist claims Fox News is the problem. Russell interrupts. He names corporations like BlackRock and Vanguard, calling out media bias across the board.
Claim that the biases that are exhibited on Fox News are any different from the biases exhibited on MSNBC. It's difficult to suggest that these corporations operate as anything other than mouthpieces for their affiliate owners in BlackRock and Vanguard.
Because you don't actually know anything about any of these organizations you're talking about. You've been on MSNBC once. big fucking deal.
My darling, it was more than enough. You have to listen.
Wait.
Do you think you
Not
can
a
improve
response.
America
I
by
think we could all
determinedly
be
and
better.
avowedly condemning Fox News without acknowledging that you're participating in the same game? Did you not just listen to Bernie Sanders, someone who plainly, legitimately believes in this country and believes it's possible to change, but is bound by corruption, is bound by the lobbying system?
Russell drops a passionate, fact-filled monologue on lobbying, power, and media corruption. The host rolls her eyes. The internet cheered. It started as a debate about the Middle East, but when Bill Maher suggested Andrew wouldn't survive in certain countries, the gloves came off. Schultz, calm as ever, responds with facts.
If I throw a dart at a map of the entire, all 60 Muslim majority countries, will you say you'll live there?
I could survive in every single one of them.
You couldn't.
How no?
What?
How could I not? I'm not a gay guy. I could live in any single one of them.
You're in Kabul. Your wife would have to wear a head-to-toe burqa every...
That's on her.
Okay.
You're talking about me surviving. You're like, I could live very comfortably in every single country. Like, again, let's not move the goalposts. You're asking if I could live comfortably.
You could live with yourself knowing that that's how women are treated in your world.
I hate this moral argument. Like, we give a fuck about women around the world. Like, no, but this is like...
Yeah, you said you'd be happy.
This is such a bullshit argument.
It's not a bullshit argument.
No, I didn't say happy. I said I could live. You keep moving the goalposts.
Okay, cool. I'm sorry.
Let's stay on what you say.
I
could live easily in every single one of the countries outside of the wars that are existing. But you're saying in peacetime?
Easily?
Easily. You live easily.
You could easily live in Kabul, Afghanistan.
Is there war happening? Is the Taliban doing their thing?
No war. No war. So the war's over.
War's over? I could kick it in Kabul for a month easy. Now, am I doing stand-up every night? No. But could I take a little vacation?
I don't know if you're kidding with me.
I'm just telling you, I think
I'll give you two options. Either you're kidding or this is stupid.
But Bill pivots, using morality as a weapon. Schultz smirks. And when Bill pushes harder, Schultz lands the final blow.
And be happy, or get by, or you could be no big deal.
You're doing this thing that gets...
It's not virtue signaling to say...
I didn't say virtue signaling, but that is, if you don't agree with me, you're dumb, is why Trump is elected.
Howard Stern has no filter. That's his brand. But when he brought up Conan's ex, Lisa Kudrow, and tried digging into her private life, it got uncomfortable fast. Howard wants the dirt. Conan doesn't budge.
Seriously, you had sex with her, right?
What, please? A gentleman doesn't tell tales.
Yeah, but I mean, when you say you were her boyfriend...
How long were you together?
I'm a very religious Catholic.
All right, how long were you her boyfriend?
I don't know. I think we went out for a couple of months.
All right,
maybe.
So in other words, you had sex with her.
Oh, please, Howard.
You know what?
No, we weren't married. I don't believe in premarital sex. And kids out there, if you're listening, it's wrong.
But she gave you fellatio, right?
Oh, yeah. What is that exactly?
You know what fellatio is. You know. Don't play naive with me. Don't give me that Irish innocence. But then I was thinking about. I didn't even ask Lisa about this because I was like, well, okay, you were a virgin when you got married, and she was quite sincere about it. And I'm saying, then after she left, I go, wait a second. Conan told me he went out with her for a couple of months. I think that you were having sex with her.
Well, it's the Andy thing's possible.
Would you?
Anything's possible.
Would you be a boyfriend for months and go without intercourse?
Oh man! Did I say months? It was a short time that we went out.
Are you technically a boyfriend if you don't have intercourse?
Yeah. Oh, man. Well, who can say? You're very good. I'm stunned at how good you are.
You live with her.
No, I didn't live with her. That's not true. I didn't live with her.
I'm going to ask you a question.
Yeah.
Are you gay? Are you gay, man?
Today I am, yeah.
You are? No,
yeah.
You are not gay.
No,
Have you ever had a homosexual experience?
Never.
Okay.
But I've thought about it.
You have?
No.
How long have you gone without sex?
All right.
No. Whatever. I just got to back up whatever Lisa's saying. 100%. That's the kind of guy I am.
No, I don't like this interview, and I don't like the way it's going. I don't. I really don't.
I'm sorry, Sherlock.
No, wait a second. Here is the statement she made.
Yeah.
She was a virgin when she got married, and that you broke her heart. I just can't imagine living. All right, practically living with a girl. And being a boyfriend.
What are you talking about? I wasn't practically. We went out for a very short period of time.
Not long
Things
enough
happen,
to have
but
sex.
Right, but not intercourse. Fair to say.
Howard, can I ask you a question?
Well, wait. Conan's saying something. I think he just said. Not intercourse.
Oh God.
Right.
Still nothing. So Howard switches tactics. He leaks Conan's salary on air. Even then, Conan keeps his poise. And when the segment ends, Howard grumbles.
Who watches that?
Well, you're making $3 million a year. That's pretty impressive.
Okay, $3 million. Yeah,
you're not making $3 million? You're making $3 million. I know what you make. Trust me.
You know what I make?
Because I know people who work in the network.
All right.
I know exactly what you make.
That's
I know how long
pretty
your
good,
deal
right?
is. I know everything.
How long is my deal?
This one that you have now?
Yeah.
I think you had a 5-year deal.
That's right.
Yep. at about $3 million a year.
Very good.
Yeah. And we've learned nothing about you through this whole interview.
I know, I'm sorry.
Bill Burr doesn't need therapy or your opinions. In a podcast about mental health, a host tries to psychoanalyze Burr.
When are you going to just, get off this fucking couch here and go live your life and stop having to talk to this fucking person?
Yeah, you're full of anger.
Because you flog yourself for being vulnerable.
Oh, would you stop it like you have some sort of psychology degree?
10 years in therapy.
Burr hits back.
So what? I've watched football for 40 years. I shouldn't be somebody's coach.
Tiffany Haddish defends her dress and her worth. An interviewer called her Oscar's gown a costume. Big mistake.
Did you do a little costume change?
I'm not wearing a costume. I'm wearing Dolce & Gabbana. It's called an evening gown, darling. This is not, no one's paying me for this. I paid for it. It's custom. Thank you.
Time of death for me right now. You look gorgeous.
This is not an acting gig. This is my life. This what fame look like. This what success look like. This what money look like. This what it look like. It's what it look like.
Her words, flawless. She didn't just defend her outfit, she defended her place in the room. Imagine walking into a radio show, only to be ambushed with a clip making you look sexist. That's what Patrice O'Neal faced. But instead of walking out, he leaned in. And he did it with humor, logic, and surgical precision.
So listen up, ladies, because there is something comedian Patrice O'Neal wants you to know.
We don't like you. We don't like you. We don't ever want to really see you. Like, you never heard four guys hanging out at a party, right? And one of them goes, you know what would make this party even better? If my girl was here.
And we're so happy to have him here with us. Good morning.
Thank you.
Wow.
Wow.
That's a very interesting take. So why is it that guys just don't want us fun, wonderful ladies around when you're hanging out with the boys?
Because you talk about nothing. Thank you for laughing at that. That's really against your instinct to laugh at that, but you just force yourself on us every second you can.
So we're just really annoying, essentially.
Yeah, but you know it, and I don't know why you don't care.
Patrice responds, unapologetic, sharp, and hilarious. The hosts had nothing left to say. Asked about the Me Too movement, Seinfeld kept it real, but smart.
Let's talk about serious things then. The Me Too campaign.
Yes.
What's wrong with the industry? I mean, are you asking yourself how come all of this is coming?
It's not the industry, honey. It's the whole gender. It's men and women. This is about men and women.
You just called me honey.
Yeah. Because you got to get with this.
That honey wasn't a slip. It was a signal.
This is global.
Did you see any of it?
Honestly, I've never seen, and during the years when I worked on my show, and even in the nightclubs, I mean, a lot of the comedians, there was a lot of activity, comedians and waitresses and everybody. I mean, men and women, chase after each other, right? Right?
Yes.
Yes, they do. Now, I've never seen it done in a way that was, that I thought that's not right.
He's not here to be led into a trap. With poise and wit, Seinfeld handled a sensitive topic without giving sound bites for outrage. Right before the Oscars, Jay Leno tried baiting Chris Rock into mocking the nominated films.
Like, do you have to know all the movies? Is that
I've watched some of them. Yeah. Some of them.
Any clunkers? Anything you like? You don't like?
They're good. There's some good ones.
Yeah. Yeah.
What are you trying to get me to say, man?
Any clunk?
Any ones you better than my movies?
Well, that goes without saying. But anything.
Hey, you did a movie too.
I know. I did a lot of
your
bad
movie
movies.
went straight to audio.
Jay chuckles, but Chris flips it. Jay laughs, but the sting is real. Chris knew the game and refused to play it. In Salt Lake City, Sam jokes about moms with too many kids. Then he brings up Diddy. The hosts panic.
All right, last time I was here, I hooked up with a mother of 6, and that's the lowest number I could find in Salt Lake. That's not my fault.
Yeah, you just got a rim shot out of our audio guy.
I got one?
Yeah, you got
That's
one.
That's
one. Okay. And we're counting. Yeah. So tell us a little bit. It's called the Class Act Tour. Is that ironic?
Yes. No, It's a very low class show. I mean, it's anything topical. I'm excited to talk about, like the P. Diddy stuff. I want to talk about.
Oh.
The sexual harassment. Because I feel like in rap, it used to be like about who's the toughest, and now it's like, in the 90s, they're like, I'm going to kill you, and now they're like, I'll tell people you had sex with me. That's a new way to bring a guy down, you know?
Yeah, right.
Okay, so
we should probably not go too far down that particular topic line right here. You're gonna do a Netflix special.
P. Diddy didn't have sex with me. I want to make that clear.
Okay. I don't think we were going to ask.
Oh, okay.
Just so you know. Well, our producer just gave us a time, 30 seconds.
Oh, no.
No, come on.
So,
no, seriously, we want to help with your shows, too.
I can finish in 30 seconds. Just ask my girlfriend.
Yeah.
That only encourages him if you laugh.
Okay, don't laugh.
Right?
Okay. All right, so your shows are sold out.
Wise guys.
They're sold out. I'm just here to take a victory lap. I'm just here to be like, the shows are sold out. You cannot get tickets because they're sold out.
All right, and you will only see him at Wise Guys in Salt Lake City because he's not coming back to our show.
What?
So,
Really?
No.
That hurt. It hurt.
I don't think you're hurt.
Yeah.
The interview ends abruptly. On the way out, Sam smiles. But really, he won. Only Bill Burr would roast Mike Tyson on Mike Tyson's podcast. He jokes about Mike's schooling, his past, and even the year.
Bill Burr, comedian, baby. Made headlines in October 2000 and 2000 after controversial monologue. You know, man, I don't know
2000 and 2000, Mike, that's 2020.
Shit, nigga, listen,
Those
man.
Brownsville schools, man.
Phil, tell me, man, but listen, right?
2000 and 2000,
It
that's
is,
fucking
man,
great.
2020. that shit.
2020. Yeah.
Mike laughs, thankfully. The two vibe. But the risk, that was real. Burr doesn't care. He's going to say what's funny, period. Matt Rife doesn't tolerate lazy questions. He joins a podcast. They clearly didn't research him.
So let's play the first viral TikTok, which I haven't watched yet. This is how you went viral, which I guess you talk to people in the crowd, right?
I do from time to time, yeah.
That's not a thing.
No, it is. I mean, I Viral would just say it more properly than that. Yeah, I do crowd work that happens to go viral quite often. Yeah, but I do way more than that.
Crowd work is the proper way to describe it?
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, crowd work. I said talk to people in the crowd.
Polite, but cutting. That podcast, he never returned. On Shane Gillis's podcast, Louis asks why the rest of the episode is behind a paywall.
Okay. All right, and then we're going to switch over to the Patreon for the last part. So join the Patreon if you want.
Why do you make them go on Patreon?
That way...
way what?
It's good.
Do you need the money?
Yes.
Really? The
No,
ads
I don't.
and the Patreon? You're going to make them listen to ads
Hold
and
on.
then switch to Patreon?
Everyone laughs, but Louis is only half joking.
When I watch a fucking fight on DAZN, which I pay for,
DAZN.
and there's a fucking ad between the rounds.
Hold on.
Is it subscription or is it ad?
Shit, there's 3 ads. Hold on.
Yeah, but
Well,
you don't have to put this on Patreon.
We
You
do.
don't have to. You don't need the
It's not
money,
for me.
Shane
Matt-
Gillis. I will
Support the
pay
greatest
him
history podcast.
$5,000 a month
Guys.
to keep this content.
In a world where every joke costs a subscription, he makes a quiet point. Comedy should be for everyone. Every one of these moments was unscripted, raw, and unforgettable. Some celebrities crumble under pressure. These ones, they took the mic and owned the room. Which moment was your favorite? Was it Ricky's dry roast, Trevor's umbrella metaphor, or Russell's corporate takedown? Drop it in the comments. And if you want more unfiltered truth from Hollywood's sharpest minds, hit that subscribe button. Because around here, we don't just spill the tea, we throw the whole pot.